WWE won't do this with Jade Cargill, and in this video, we are going to be exploring what fans are talking about when it comes to Jade Cargill. She's always a hot topic and a hot subject, especially in 2025, because now we had to wait through 2024. We had to see what WWE was willing to do with Jade Cargill, which was put her in a tag team with Bianca Belair, make her a two-time women's tag team champion, and continue to push her as a top star that she is. Now that we're in 2025, it's a new era, it's a new chapter, it's a new dawn for Jade Cargill. She is now officially a singles competitor after being taken out in a backstage attack, thrown off a loft and onto a car. Jade Cargill made her grand return at Elimination Chamber in February and went right after Naomi. That led to the start, the explosive start, I would say, of a feud with Naomi, something in which is still going on today, despite the fact that Jade Cargill went over Naomi at WrestleMania 41, a shocking and controversial move, albeit WWE is still going strong with Jade Cargill. They've teased a potential feud with Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair, more on that in a minute, and now we are just days away from this week's episode of SmackDown, May 30th, I believe, where Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Nia Jax are slated to meet in the ring. It's going to be a triple threat Money in the Bank qualifying match where the winner will advance to the Money in the Bank ladder match for the women at the June 7th pay-per-view event. Okay? Now, of course, the winner of the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, well, could be a pretty deal because the winner of that match will then get a championship match of their choosing any kind they want up to a year. Because, well, you're Miss Money in the Bank. Then go after the women's title, women's world title, etc. Now, I was looking at this match. I was trying to dissect, okay, where can WWE go? Because if you think about it, they've not given up on the Naomi Jade Cargill feud. It's still going. They're interacting on television. Naomi is still throwing shots at Jade Cargill on social media, which I think is absolutely hilarious. So where are we going with this? So there's been a rumor that Jade Cargill is going to be wrestling Charlotte Flair at Evolution 2. Now, Evolution 2 was recently confirmed by WWE. July 13th, to be exact. It's the night after Saturday Night's main events. So I'm looking at this match on paper. The triple threat. I don't see why WWE will put Jade in Money in the Bank. I don't, it doesn't make any sense, right? She's still feuding with Naomi. She's about to go into a feud with Charlotte Flair. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Same with Naomi. Like, I can't see her in that match. And so that only leaves one name, Nia Jax. Obviously, she caught fire in 2024, won the women's title. And in 2025, she's been in the mix. It seems like they have run back Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton for the women's titles so many times that it's become very, very repetitive. So I think Jade Cargill will not win this qualifying match. WWE will not. They won't do Jade Cargill going over. I just don't see it. So that leaves Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax is going to actually win this match and go to Money in the Bank. Whether or not she wins or not, I don't know. Don't really care either. But I don't see WWE having Jade go over. I just don't. Is that a mistake? I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Is you look at what WWE has done with Jade, they have consistently protected her. This has been a knock on WWE. This has been a knock on Jade Cargill. Well, she's overprotected, right? They're trying to hide her weaknesses. She's overrated. Now, I will say this. In the comments on my videos, the narrative has changed on Jade Cargill. When she first signed with WWE, all my videos had negative comments about Jade. Okay, and that was the overall narratives. She's overhyped. She's overprotected. She's not that good. She's all of an entrance. And I defended her in a lot of ways. Is there some flaws with Jade? Yes. But she still can be a megastar. She can still be the next star to make it to Hollywood. I really do believe that. But the narrative has changed on Jade, and I'm so happy to see that. Because when you go from one extreme to just in the middle, it's not even one extreme to the other. It's not like we've gone from everyone hates Jade Cargill to everyone loves Jade Cargill. That is not the case. But we are in a much more middle ground where it's like, you know what? We don't hate her anymore. Like this weird tribalism of, you're either an AEW or a WWE fan. I think a large part of that had to do with Jade's Keats, hate, dislike, wherever you want to call it. So I roll my eyes at it. It's like, you don't even know this woman, but all right, you don't like it. But if I'm looking at it, I go, okay. Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair, you know what? Kind of like that. The big time match for WWE to make. It's a big time match for WWE to make an Evolution. Like, Evolution is a massive, massive event. And I'm hopeful that WWE will be willing to give this event a chance to shine, a chance to really carve itself out. Because we have not gotten an Evolution event since 2018, y'all. Almost 10 years. You want WWE to hold a yearly PLE for women. Not because of, well, the women needs the show. It's because if you look at the hard work of all the women, they've earned it, right? Like, women's wrestling is top-notch. And when you have a top-notch product, those who make the product should reap the rewards, right? If you book Charlotte versus Jade, I think it's going to be a very interesting match. It will be Jade Cargill's biggest match to date because it's Charlotte freaking Flair, right? But at the same time, I think if WWE does this right, I think they got a really, really intriguing, interesting feud. And I think this program is going to draw some pretty big numbers. And I think it's going to attract a lot of eyeballs. Could be wrong, but I think it's going to do very, very well. If I'm WWE, I am absolutely putting Jade over Charlotte. I think it would be the right call. I think it would be the right decision. But time will tell. Does Jade go over Charlotte? Does Charlotte go over Jade? Let me know down in the comments area below. What do you think about Jade Cargill in 2025? See y'all in the next video.